Alright, welcome my friends. Carrot with Love in This Land. It's a lovely day here in Western Washington, and it's a mustard making sort of day. Just clipped down a ton of mustard plants here. Two different varieties, the Japanese Giant Red and also the Green Wave mustard. The first variety I dried down is the Florida Broadleaf. So this stuff I just clipped down and took the hose to, washed it all down because I had those brassica bugs all over them. I didn't want them to do any damage during the drying stage, so got it all washed down. And this is going to get hung up for probably a week or two in this weather to dry out, since it's been a pretty consistent 80-something degrees and 60 degrees at night with no rain. Should be able to dry out pretty great in the next couple weeks. So what we're looking for is to get all these seed pods nice and dry and brown, and you see how the seeds have just started to swell inside of there. You can see through this how you can just start to see the little circular seed pods. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let that dry out, but moving along here, I have some that have already dried out that I will be moving on to the next stage and showing you guys the sauce making process. So got my bin and chair set up here that I'm going to be doing some clipping into, and here's all my dried out stuff. So this has been drying out for actually a couple weeks now, and I'm going to take that whole bundle here, take my little scissors, and I'm going to clip off just wherever the seeds are. So I'm going to take all these ends and throw that in the bin, so that I'm not dealing with all the larger stems down here, anything like that. Just literally only areas that have seed pods on it. And then once I get all that bundle clipped down into here of just those, I'm going to start moving them around to get the seeds out. Since it's so crispy dry, the seeds will just fall out. So I'm gonna check back in with you guys once I have it all clipped and show you how easy it is to just start harvesting tons of mustard. Now I still have a little bit left here that isn't quite mature. You can see here that the seed pods haven't started swelling out quite as much. They're still pretty small, so if I was to open those up, it wouldn't have any of these little hard brown seeds here that we're looking for. It would only have little green immature seeds. So we're gonna let that go for a little bit longer. That'll be our third stage of mustard, and I'm replanting some for a late harvest as well. So I will be checking back in with you guys when that entire bundle is clipped down into here. Stay tuned. Okay friends, I got that all clipped down and crinkled it all up until I just had seed at the bottom, and kept shaking and pulling out the top light stuff. Now we're down to just the bottom in a bowl here. So pretty good amount of seed there, probably about somewhere between a quarter and a half a cup. So now what we're gonna do as we go around is just shake it and blow it, because the seeds are heavier at the bottom and will stay, but this top stuff is light and will just blow away. So we're just going to continue doing that until it's completely clear. I'll keep shaking and bringing all the light plant material to the top, and then just leaving the seed down at the bottom, and eventually we'll just have pure seed. So I will get back to you guys once I have that and when we're ready to make the sauce itself. Okay friends, we're back for the final segment of this mustard making video. I've started without you here, sorry. Went ahead and took all those seeds that I came out with earlier, and it actually came out with about 3 tablespoons. Not too much, but not too little. Got a lot more coming, so not too worried about it. So the main things you need for making your mustard after that are just your seeds, or vinegar of any sort. I'm using apple cider this time. Some turmeric, any type of salt that's not your iodized salt, and then I'm using some paprika. I did a couple cloves of garlic. And then you're also going to want just a little bit of sugar to put in there, and water. And how hot you want your mustard depends on how hot you get your, or how temperature of the water you use. So cold water will produce a hotter mustard. So I used an ice water this time because I wanted to make a really hot mustard. So you grind down your seed a little bit first, start down in the water, and then all your other ingredients, and then just continue grinding in the mortar and pestle until you reach the consistency you want. I want a real creamy consistency this time, so I'm going to continue grinding this down, and I will get back to you guys when I have it down to full consistency and in a jar.